Ganki, better known as MC Duke. And
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on the Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
So line up, link up, creep up, rock and come in. It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Reggae Rock Sundays on the Shit 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi on the ones and twos. So make it a date and don't be late. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Shit 919 FM. Gadamawe King Selassie.
The wait is finally over. The Street 919 FM is powering up its digital presence with the launch of its vibrant new website, www.thestreet919fm.com. Now you can take the energy of the street with you wherever you go. Immerse yourself in a dynamic world of the hottest music, thought-provoking talk shows, exclusive interviews, and non-stop entertainment. Stay informed with the latest news updates and essential information, all just a click away. Don't miss out on being part of the Street 919 FM community online. Head over to www.thestreet919fm.com today and experience the rhythm of the street like never before.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for news, interviews, and commentary that shape our democracy. Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
All rise, all rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim. Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say.
So good afternoon once again, Trinidad and Tobago. It's the Street Council right here on the Street 919 FM, and yes, we are in session. Your speakers, Anderson and Hashim, we are here taking you guys straight to 4 p.m. today. No, we didn't get permission to leave work early today because of the arrival of the India Prime Minister. No.
Big up to all the educators who get to leave work early.
Yeah,
I feel it's best they had to stay home, you know. If I'm being real with you, you're really just hogging them traffic at this point. It's best all you had just close school for the day. You know, because this half day not for what? All exams finish, as far as I know.
I think they're still saying that it has some exams.
Which exams they have again?
We'll get
Which exam they have again?
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. Hello, good afternoon, member.
They calling in quick today, boy.
Hello. Hardly hearing you. Hello, are you there? Yeah. 1 second, sir.
Yeah, something going on here.
Let me just check that.
Barely hearing them. What's going on there?
For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
I apologize about that, member, but we honestly not getting you at all. You're coming in very, very soft, so I advise that if you're listening to probably try our next line, all right? Let me say good afternoon going out to Dr. Wakanda. He's also locked on. Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's refreshing to see the show is balanced and you aren't overly showing your political bias.
Hey, that's a refreshing.
I believe the Indian PM visits to Trinidad and Tobago is beneficial and will bring economic prosperity, unlike the former leader who thought bringing yam as an achievement. All right. Okay.
I'm not sure if the first part was the first part a compliment? I didn't catch the full message.
Yeah?
No, Anyway.
Moving fastly along.
Anyway.
So yeah, to all our members on YouTube as well, good afternoon going out to you guys. Don't forget to share the live, like and subscribe as well. And to let everyone know that the Street Council is obviously in session, yeah? So we were just saying that, you know, we didn't get the day to go home early. Unfortunately, we are here with you guys. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately though. We're glad to be here with you guys, but who doesn't like a good day off, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Once you're living in Trinidad, you get so accustomed, you know, once you hear, you know, one side getting time off, you know, you want that time off as well.
You very frustrated. You very frustrated. Wait, because I think government workers are also all government, most government offices are closed now. So yeah, big up to all you as well.
Yeah. So you know, some of the headlines that I saw actually, based on today, I saw that tutor had a concern as to the closure of schools early today. I mean, it's already done, but they had a concern as to saying that, you know, there were still some schools that was still partaking in you know, end of term exams and so forth, and they said that the teachers and parents, you know, there were a couple teachers and parents that was basically very much concerned as to the reason. They don't understand the reason behind closing the schools early for the arrival of the Prime Minister of India. Yeah, so they had some concerns. Well, I don't know how the members feel about it, but you see, I was trying to figure out too if it is that this has been something that has been going on for, or if this is something new, or do we always do this for prime ministers and presidents who visit?
As far as to my knowledge, I don't believe that we do all of
I can't recall. I honestly can't recall it happening.
The last time I am aware that we made a huge deal of a dignitary coming to Trinidad was when President Obama came to visit Trinidad.
And I know that they would have obviously certain parts of the highway for him to be able to, from the airport straight to Port of Spain. But I can't really recall of much of it. But yeah, tutor said that they're unhappy with the early dismissals of schools today. It's a disruption based on what is coming out from their camp. They were saying, you know, this whole dismissal of 11:30, as it is, I mean, it's already occurred.
As I said, I think it would have been better to just call it. If you were going to close them anyway, you could have just closed them for the day. And, you know, way less confusion. Just say today, stay home, and come back out tomorrow morning. This is perfectly fine.
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, me again.
Hi.
Years ago, I was Gate at San Fernando for IB class when he needed to be Trinidad years ago on Citro Street, connected to High Street. Citro Street, IB was highly classy. Yeah. The school wasn't closed all day, but they got a little enough to come up and wave and then go back to school. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that, member. So the member said that, you know, that the school, you got time off to be able to go and wave, but then he had to return to school. You know, based on his memory and experience. Yeah, and his experience, that is what occurred.
I remember an aunt of mine told me once, way back in the day, the Jackson 5 came to Trinidad, and they said that was a whole event as well. I don't know. Well, I guess you really had to understand. Back in the day, artists like that were like top. Like fame was looked at differently in those days. So someone as big as the Jackson 5 coming, and she showed me she actually got a picture with Michael Jackson himself. She said that the city was almost like on a full lockdown to entertain them, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But in recent memory for political dignitaries, I don't think so. Because I think like Caribbean dignitaries arrive all the time. I don't think
I think that there's a lot of persons who tend to visit here who we would consider celebrities and dignitaries of the world. And sometimes you don't know they're here. You don't even know.
Nicki Minaj is here. Nicki Minaj is here way more than people care to admit, you know. It's just under the radar. We don't
What are you saying? We should have a
I ain't saying that at all. I never said that.
Speaker, I'm just asking.
I never said that, Mr. Speaker. I was just stating an example. People that we consider famous, right?
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Anderson. Good afternoon, Dr. Dream.
Good afternoon,
President.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon, oh God. And early today, so I mean, a little prayer on the street council is good, so that Papa God, we always want a nice, healthy, deliberating day, and all who coming in with the discipline, the tolerance, and the production, and let me be appreciative to most things, and that is what we are asking for when the day come, Papa. God, omni-existence, oh God, truth. So we're going ahead with it now, and so thank you for the best that you could give me for this day. Now, I want to go into Moody arrival, which is a nice thing. I ain't making no set up a canal on that. We done kind of clear already. We will give me the award and so forth. The part where you're talking about the schools and all kind of thing, look at. African had their own culture, Indian had their own culture of doing the ways of doing things. All of us satisfied that he come in. That is the way how the Indian culture gave him a nice treatment. That is the Indian culture. They are rule right now. Me see nothing too bad over it. Tutor and all the give me a break a little bit and let the people and then fix a little matter. And that is that for today. We have another problem that we have on the hand, which is the CPEP and the agricultural dismissal of 19,000 people. So 19,000 people are having no jobs. Here, Roger and them making a little bacchanal on it. I feel I go getting that because that's labor and works business. So even labor and works kicking up, I kicking up too. 19,000 people on the breadline? No, man. We hear what's going on with that in a real way. And that is my agenda. Anyhow it come out today, that is my agenda. And I will leave it there until we start to kick up on something else or that later. Thank you.
All right, thank you, member. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right, so that more or less is confirmed, though, that the phone line is working pretty good. So that caller who had called that phone line, I honestly think that you probably just have to double check your phone, right? So yeah, so as I said, that was just part of what I saw in the media as with respect to the arrival of Mr. Moody. Tutors concern, schools and so forth closing early. And they're saying it's not only tutor, but tutor is saying based on parents.
Right.
And teachers, you know, so it's just not the tutor body alone. What was a bit surprising to me is teachers, when they said teachers were concerned because
they were.
Let me be real,
Go ahead. As a former teacher, Mr. Speaker, I advise to tread lightly, but go ahead.
There is a lot of teachers that sometimes signs the book and vanish for the entire day, or at least half of the day. They are nowhere to be seen. Teachers love to sometimes just never enter the class. So there are a lot of schools, member.
I tell you,
there is a lot of schools.
I want to tell you to come down from there.
There is a lot of schools that parents and students could confirm, could testify that the teachers sometimes don't present themselves in the classrooms. And that is a problem we have been having for years now. Right? So I am a bit surprised that when I hear
that teachers are
disappointed. Teachers are concerned about school over and early, that they won't be able to probably give their students this exam. Now, I'm not saying all teachers fall in this category. Let me make that clear. But I said there are some teachers who literally does, as the previous Prime Minister would have said, they does jack.
They just jack the thing.
They just jack the thing.
Wow.
So they just make it bad for others. They just make it bad for others. But, yeah, they have a concern that schools were, closed early today. And they have an issue with that. Just to go off topic just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure if you guys would have saw a story where a fish bone stuck a Thai woman's throat, piercing neck after failed home remedies. So the story is this lady would have eaten or had a meal with fish, and she swallowed a bone that apparently stuck in her throat, and then it pierced her throat, and she had to literally do a surgery to remove it. So persons, we know we love our fish.
This is why.
But be very, very, very mindful that these bones, they could literally cause a lot of damage. And when I heard this story, Hashim, it just reminded me of an incident of my own.
Yeah.
I had an incident. Let me tell you, I just left home and rushing, and I was like, I will get something on the way. And there's this truck that sells pies, and this morning I decided I want to try one of the fish pie.
Oh God.
And I am literally on the highway in traffic, one hand on the steering, the other hand holding the pie. My coffee is there, and I'm like, eating the pie and swallow, and a bone stuck. Let me tell you something. It's the worst to literally be driving and experiencing that. And thankfully, I didn't have to pull on the side. I was able to and I tried to swallow, but it refused to go down. When I got to work, I was telling them that, I'm feeling like the bone is in my throat. And people told me all kind of different remedy. All kind of different things to drink and all kind of things.
Apparently everybody have a remedy for everything.
And somebody told me to try and just fill my mouth with some dry bread and swallow. And I think part of that helped and it went down. But trust me, it literally took it took more than 8 hours before I felt a relief of that.
Yeah, and that is why I don't eat fish like that, bro. Unless it like salmon or tuna, fish that don't have bone in it, like those fish, like very little bone structure, and your fishmonger will debone your salmons and things. Yeah, growing up having to with parents and family who love kingfish. And they say, you had to eat this fish before you leave the table. And I'm just like, no. Because every bite I take is bone in it. And I'm like, no. Why? Why every time I had to be doing...
So you don't do fish?
I like fish. But I do not like that whole... To get the bones out of the meat. It's tedious.
You don't even do saltfish?
It's tedious. I love saltfish.
It's smoke herring you don't do?
It's smoke herring I don't do.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to remember.
Love saltfish.
Okay.
But yeah. And so that is my gripe with certain fishes.
Because I'm sure ladies who wanted to give offer you some saltfish would have been a bit concerned.
No.
Don't eat fish.
When Jab cooks saltfish, it's soaking good. Okay, so don't worry about that. No, don't worry about that. I will lash a bull jaw any day of the week.
All right. So members, if you're going to venture to eat fish, please be mindful of those bones, because I honestly wouldn't wish it on anyone. I mean,
I wouldn't wish it on my second worst enemy.
Oh my gosh! And imagine you have to go through a whole surgery now to remove this bone. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
A pleasant good evening to the Dream and to Uncle.
What's up?
So how we going on?
Sky.
Right? Uncle Anderson.
Good afternoon, Sky. How are you?
Hi there. Good afternoon to each and every one. I try to duck it easy. Oh God.
No. The voice. I can't
we can't. It's too distinctive. Don't mind you. Just take time in between to talk to us, but we can't miss it. We can't miss it.
Yeah. And I think we here for a couple of weeks, so we get accustomed. We get accustomed to some of the
we can distinguish
members.
the voices.
Yeah.
Wait. You see, Uncle Anderson, I try to talk to you easy. I don't want Dream to hear because you'll start to whistle. But what I want to ask you, to call Martin Lumpkin, right? The future president, and ask him that if teachers entitled for 1 day to go to the bank, 2 days off, to go and see about a school business and half day to go and prepare for school. So how much days do they spend in the classroom legit? And how, you see, when we are talking about discipline, this is why I just like to call to in, because we had a topic about oneself being disciplined and honest to ourselves. This is not political. Just imagine teachers have the most set time off to prepare for teaching children. And just imagine, before the 20th of April, look at the structure of the teaching service coming up the road and how teachers was treated, how children was treated in the classroom. Because through the violence to teachers were left vulnerable. Teachers was left vulnerable. Then children was being taught, the classrooms was interrupted. But you see, you and I and Uncle Dream will understand carefully. But you see, when we start to speak out, there where the problem will start. Because when Caesar had it to do what he had to do with Moses, is the people and those who close to him and loyal to him started to complain and say that this fella is not your child. They would have went down the road first to cast out Moses. But when Moses started to do good, they tried to make Moses look bad. And when Caesar got to know that Moses was the child, he cast him out. So, you see, we as a citizen have to know that when we are speaking about interruption about children, right? And children's livelihood, yes, it's good. Now remember, we have a next week to come. When it's a natural disaster and schools are interrupted, what when it's a hand of water in school, they skip the children and they send them home early. What about when they are negotiating for the salary and they have exam time? Then they will say they're withholding their services. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you so much, member. You understand? Do you understand?
Do I understand?
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Oh, you let people talk.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
Talk, so I can respond to Sky. All right, go ahead.
Good afternoon, DJ Anderson. I absent tomorrow. Tomorrow, little strong.
No, not tomorrow. Actually, it's on Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
What dream?
Whoa.
What going on?
We there, no?
This Twitter president Mark Ram. Okay, what your name is? You always have been a problem for the last 9 years. Me and that fella jumping out himself by. You know when they get 4%, when rolling about the poor, they get 4%. You know himself for that. You know when Dr. Rowley pull small pen, young.
Oh Lord, I tell
you come out. You know you come out and take 5%. You know why you take it? Because he's somebody. Well, if that Chim Long was coming in, you hear his voice?
All right.
Magronkin Hall.
All right, yes. They look alike, so they will support each other.
Wow.
Most egregious comment. I am way more handsome.
Dr. Wakanda is saying that today is like Indian arrival day. So today should be curry. You know, roti, and it should be a curry day because of the arrival of the Indian Prime Minister.
Well, I find it should be the Indian curry then. Because the Indian curries is way different than ours,
yes.
Than the traditional Caribbean curry.
I love their spices and so forth. So
yeah,
I'm a lover of
that is literally the only
delicacies.
instance where I will put the food in front of the name curry. Right? Because it's completely different. Those are different colors, blends, sauces. That is what curry. That's a different kind.
It's literally different.
If all you never had some proper Indian curry before,
get at it.
You're doing your disservice to yourself.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Granny.
You boys get to know the reason why the Prime Minister of India coming to Trinidad, or you surely did not know, but I am going to tell you who bringing him, how he get invitation to come, and how he reached down here. Mr. Sobers, get in touch with two of their ministers. I can't remember the other two names. They talked to the High Commissioner of India, they surely didn't know. And the High Commissioner of India and them, they put themselves on YouTube and Facebook 1 week now. And TTT had it all the time. And that is how the Prime Minister of this country gets into it. That is how Mr. Moody coming here to Trinidad to help Trinidad and Tobago. 1. 2 is, he's coming to help with pharmaceutical medicine. He's coming to help Trinidad and Tobago. And people talking about that. He shouldn't come. He shouldn't get the highest award. He's coming to get a big award from me. He don't want nothing to reach the moon. But all they didn't know what brought him here. And I want to tell all of this story. I know this. When Princess Margaret came to Trinidad, it was a one-day holiday. Any head of state coming to Trinidad is a one-day holiday. Let me tell you. I was there. I went in the Wilson Gallery. We stand up by the road and see them. When Manning bring Biden, not Biden, the next one, how he named Obama. Yeah, he didn't want nobody know. He carried him very easy and sent him back very easy. People, when the detail talk about that, so they don't know what it is there. He didn't want people. I would know why. Because this is a cosmopolitan country. And nobody do nobody nothing. They might have do Moody. Because Moody come in here for the highest award. And Moody I want nothing. So it's all I know. I tell all you. Right? Good. All of must bring the photo where the minister said CPET and URP, the PNM workers program. And I'm not bring those photos and show it to other questions showing them. So the good things, the things what PNM do. You understand? When Lowry brought the African people for 2 or 3 weeks, had them in hotel. I have a family which is a big doctor. He paid big doctors to be in the hotel for weeks. They brought nothing to Trinidad. He got nothing done for Trinidad, and our taxpayers' money went there. But they got nothing. I go and thank you all.
All right, thank you so much, Granny, for that information.
Because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister.
So yeah,
I'm not sure if Granny was implying that we said he shouldn't come here, you know, or if we were asking why. What he coming here for?
Yeah, we had addressed that already. But I just left Granny to give her contribution. There may be persons out there that probably still wasn't aware why he was coming, the reason behind it. So I hope that Granny was able to give you guys that information, and you guys at least now know exactly part of the reason why he's coming here. However,
at least, yeah.
You know, also, you saw that the Muslim community has put out another memorandum stating that, they are concerned of Mr. Moody's visit here because of his
anti-Muslim,
regiment, and things that he would have done against Muslims, etc., etc. And they have been pleading with the administration to please address their concerns. I haven't seen anything just yet being addressed in reference to the Muslim community, and I mean, everybody has a concern, and it should be addressed.
It should, because
Trinidad is made up of so many different cultural backgrounds.
Yeah, like Granny says, we are cosmopolitan.
Yeah, and just as our in our anthem, and
every creed
and race find an equal place. And we have so much of religions. We are so diverse in it, and everybody has their space to be able to worship and to
observe
pray
their faith.
Yeah. And I believe that everyone should obviously have that voice to be able to address certain things, and I hope that the government would address it and at least hear their concerns.
What I appreciate is that it's not been any violent protest.
No.
It has literally just been
yeah.
civil, concerned citizens.
Yeah.
You know, and I deeply appreciate that.
And the thing is that, and what a lot of persons need to understand is that they would always have persons who would be leaders, and by us looking at those leaders, not all of us will always be comfortable and satisfied with the positions that these persons will hold. Just as our honorable Prime Minister, there are a lot of people who don't like her. Right? Just like our previous Prime Minister.
Many didn't like him.
Many people didn't like the honorable Christopher
Rowley.
Mr. Keith Rowley.
Or the honorable
and
Young.
even Mr. Stuart Young. And it goes on. People didn't like Mr. Pandy. A lot of people didn't like him. A lot
People
of people
didn't like Mr. Manning.
And mind you,
and hard as it is to believe, people didn't like the Dr. Eric Williams.
Yeah, it's nothing. This is nothing strange. You know, it's not anything that is new. But at the end of the day, you know, they are there to do a job, and they are doing the job to the best of their ability. And obviously, there are going to be people who are not going to like Mr. Modi and where he stands and his beliefs and so forth. But it doesn't mean that you don't give them a listening ear, because guess what? They are all part of the makeup of Trinidad and Tobago. They are part of this country, and their concerns should be also addressed.
Indeed.
Yeah?
There was a radio friend of mine actually sent me a comment that someone made under one of the news articles. It's stating in great detail the reasons why the Muslim community was so concerned over his visit here. I'm really not going to take the time to read it out. The comment was made by one Shamid Mohabin. It's on a post on CNC's Facebook page. If you really want to find it, it's pretty long and detailed, but it does make you think twice.
Look, Dr. Wakanda is also saying here, how much money will Trinidad and Tobago be losing because of the early close of schools and businesses due to the arrival of the India PM? This does not make sense economically. Everything in Trinidad and Tobago is a holiday and wine on the bam bam.
Oh wow! I don't know if Minister Moody will have time to wine on Bam Bam.
No, but he's just saying you know, every time there's a holiday and it's always a fete.
Yeah. I get it. But I do see the point of Granny's point. When people of serious renown and note visit our countries, usually a lot of things are put in place. Just like when President Obama came, or the famous visit of Princess Margaret, because there are still people in our community who still remember that day.
But what about instead of a shutdown, what about just not a time off? Because like for instance, general election, persons get time off to be able to go and vote, but then they have to return to work, right? Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hi, good evening. I'm not really sure why the Muslims are really so concerned, because I really don't know the details, but I saw somebody put out on Facebook that this same Prime Minister Modi took a picture with him in Afghanistan. I don't know if you all saw that, Iran, Kuwait, where the people, real Muslims, people who heard of what they call the real Muslims, they embraced him and gave him awards, all those Muslim countries. So they have a picture with him and all those countries. And so even though Trinidad, they are protesting, it doesn't seem to the other Muslim world that he is as bad as they say. So there's a lot of, right now on Facebook, pictures circulating with him and all these other ministers of the Muslim community of the countries. But other than that, right, one of the things I understand he's coming for, we really need good medicine, and India is really advanced in medicine. The kind of medicine that we get here for Sinap is not really of the best quality. It's good, yes, but the quality is not that. But what they have in India is way advanced. So we could benefit, because I heard that one of the reasons why he's coming also is to help with the healthcare system and medicine. And their medicine is plenty cheaper than where we get other places, and so we could benefit. So let's see what we could get in return. And one of the good things, he's not here for long, so we don't have to put him up in Hyatt and all this thing and pay all his expenses. And then we just have to off, to other places that we go into. So by the time they start to protect you and he'll already leave the country. Have a good day.
All right, thank you so much, member, for your contribution.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. And if that is, well, since that is the reason he's coming, I definitely welcome it.
Right.
Definitely.
Well, there's a lot of speculations where persons are saying he's coming for this reason, he's coming for that reason. Some would even say, based on even our last caller there, our last member, they would say, is it that the Prime Minister has to come here for us to be able to get medicine? Don't we not have a proper procurement department functioning that could be able to have that dialogue with India to be able to get medicine? Because literally, he's the Prime Minister, but he's not the owners of these different factories that would produce the mass amount of medications to be able to get here. And based on just knowledge, I know that there are medicines from India that isn't in the market here in Trinidad at present. So, a lot, as I say, there's a lot of speculations out there why he may. His visit is because of this, is because of that, and whatever the case may be. Even Obama, Granny raised it. Obama was actually invited, wasn't invited here per se. Remember, he was coming to the summit.
It was a summit, yes.
That's why he was here. Yeah. But, I could understand that you put things in place, but I'm just asking the question, should it be a complete shutdown, or should it be just time off? If it is that you want persons of Trinidad and Tobago to have an opportunity to physically be able to see this man in, in real, should it be that we give a couple hours just to be able to see and people return to work? Because as much as people saying he's going to be here for a short time, I am telling you guys, short times here cost a lot of money.
That is very true.
Right? It costs a lot of money. Imagine one minister who was appointed to utilities before the election almost spent over $1 million just to renovate the office. And he was there for a short time, not a long time.
A short time.
I'm telling you guys, the expense, you may think that it wouldn't cost a lot. It does cost a lot.
It definitely does. And to address the whole Muslim thing, yes, okay, Modi has been in these predominantly Muslim countries with dignitaries and received similar awards, but a lot of people tend to forget Modi has been the Prime Minister of India for a very long time.
3 consecutive terms.
3 consecutive terms. And in the early parts of his regime, for lack of a better word, he was very critical of Muslims. Like in 2002, there was the Gujarat massacre where literally over 1,000 Muslims were killed, and that was under his rule. So you have to understand that if you are a Muslim living in this country, something like that will definitely touch you personally, right? So,
and people must remember too, we are Trinidadians, and we and not only Trinidadians, but part of our culture and our DNA, we are very emotional individuals.
We are.
And once we see certain things like that, there is going to have a reaction. Just as how a lot of people have so much hatred, lack of a better word, but they have so much hatred against previous administrations and so forth.
I'll say vitriol.
And the thing is that, like for instance, people were saying when they heard that Mr. Modi is coming here, persons were saying, that is leadership, that is good leadership, etc., etc. But people don't do their research, because back in November 2024, the previous Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Keith Rowley, met with the same Mr. Modi. They had bilateral conversations and so forth. And even Mr. Modi was glad and welcoming, at Trinidad and Tobago, and building that stronger bond. So there was never any, as persons will try to paint that picture or tarnish it
in a particular light.
Like that administration was never in support of India and so forth. No, there was always good relationships. There was always good relationships. You know,
I don't think
it's just that
don't put the ethnic backgrounds into it at all. We've had this nation has had good relations with India through multiple administrations, right? That has never been in question at all.
Yeah, and you know the first thing when person say, someone might say, Anderson and Hashim, them racial, and they said that whatever. But let me tell you something. You may look at someone, but trust me, you don't know their background. You don't have an idea. What are in their genes, what are in their genetics, and how they, were entered into this world. You know, so
definitely not.
Please, you know.
I went to university with a woman that was chocolate skinned, right? Looked like she was made by Yoruba God himself. Her last name is Chung. She have a Chinese grandmother. Crazy.
We don't talk too much about
right?
Chinese because you know.
No. I'm just saying.
No.
She has an Asian background.
You know, these people there right now, their blood are a little closer to the skin. When they hear Chinese, they think about young.
No, girl.
Right. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
I had to take it there.
Now, when you're talking about Chinese, you have to talk about the Hokwai. Because Hokwai is like, like a Douglas child.
That
Chinese like that. There are plenty of that in Trinidad. You might see people looking like Chinese, but it's very Hokwai.
Hokwai, you say?
Hokwai or some kind of name, so they just call them. Somebody will call them and straighten it out for me.
All right.
Okay. So it's similar to Douglas then?
Yes, they're like a Douglas child.
Okay.
Just on the Chinese side, the name just call it.
Okay.
But I hear you ask a question, please. Something a little earlier on, and you talk about every creed and race find an equal place. You find you have an equal place? You feeling that way?
If I find that I have an equal place?
Yeah. If you agree with that part of the anthem.
I agree with every part of the anthem. You know why? Because I try to live a life and to practice the things that I have strong belief in, and I am Trinidadian, and I believe in everything that Trinidad represents. So I try to my best. So when I go out there, that I show a proper representation of Trinidad and Tobago. So yes, I believe that every creed and race finds an equal place, and I always try to practice and promote that. So anybody who I have any encounter with, whether I believe that you may come across as you may be against a certain ethnic background, I don't judge anybody. But I try my best to show persons that, hey, that's not the way to go. And it's up to you. Change is something people don't like to accept, but it is what it is.
Well said, sir.
All right, well, I agree with you. I can't fault you for your position. That is your agreement. You agree with that, but we don't agree with it. Every creed and race have an equal place. Look at these 1% compared to the Indian compare the blacks with the Indian, and you tell me they already have an equal place.
No, you ask me individually as a person, but if it is that you're looking at the entire,
I respect,
if you're looking at Trinidad and Tobago overall, then yes, I would say that there are obviously things within Trinidad and Tobago that you're not seeing the equality, but I mean, I could say about all of us could speak about it. But they're just those persons who are in authority, that there are things that they would not try to address, because at the end of the day, some of these things, let's be honest, it has a lot of money, a lot of greed involved in it. And if it is that they address something, it means that it's going to take away that financial part of it. So that's why some of the things that you see going on, just as crime is a business.
Exactly. Thieving is a business too.
Correct.
Corruption is a business too.
Correct.
All them things is business. So that's why I'm telling you that your position, I respect your position, but you're only talking for yourself, not the population. Because I personally don't feel like I have an equal place. I personally don't feel so, but you feel otherwise, and I respect your feeling. I'm not coming down on you for that, right? But it's not what it is, and not everything Trinidad do you should agree with either.
Correct.
I don't agree with that. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I ain't going long.
All right, okay, but thanks so much, member.
I think you talk about the medication from India. a lot of counterfeit medication has come from India. As a matter of fact, most of the CDAP is coming from India. And the medication that they getting not even working. You have to go to the drugstore and buy over the counter with your cash to get proper thing. But most of the CDAP coming from India and it's counterfeit. I remember some time ago they get some medication from England to from India, thing for eye, and when they use it in the hospital, how much people went blind? Remember that?
I can't recall that incident.
Well, all right. So you see what I was telling you. So sometimes when you're making judgment, you have to be careful. But I respect your position, but I'm not in agreement with it, and I don't feel that part of the national anthem is really what it says. Have a blessed evening.
All right, thank you so much, member. Yeah, you know, I do understand your stand as to you don't believe that every creed and race finds an equal place, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that we cannot try to be that change that we want for the future. You know, so but I honestly believe that there's a lot of things that need to be addressed, and I said that's how some persons would obviously be in disagreement or would question the fact that we do already get medicine from India, and if it is that we get counterfeit, as he said, you know, that member said, it's alleged, then it means that the procurement and the logistics team are not doing their job.
Of course.
Something is falling, you know, and we always have a problem where brands is concerned. Because
always.
Just as metformin and so forth, certain brands will give you different side effects and won't work a certain way. So we know about, you know, how these things function. Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon. How are you guys going, man?
We are good.
We're going all right.
Yeah. Gentlemen, sometimes I just wonder what kind of words people is be using in public domain, like, and if there's be concern about what it is be saying. Could anybody explain to me what a counterfeit drug is? You understand? Let me tell you something. It has something called generic drugs. That is a parallel drug to, like, let me say, Viagra, Camagra.
Right.
You understand? It's a cheaper version of the same drugs. And it is effective also. But some of the side effects might vary according to what drug you're using. It don't have nothing called counterfeit drug. Drugs is not money where you could go and print it over and try to pass it as drugs. And it is illegal to even entertain anything. Well, I haven't had a discussion about what is a counterfeit drug. I can't understand. It's not like Trevor Sayers and them going and mash up fig leaf and all kind of bush and say, hey, take this and you're going to live. You understand? So we have to be careful the nonsense we will be talking when we on a platform, a domain like this. There's nothing like no counterfeit drug. There is generic drug, which is a parallel duplication of whatever drug. India has been producing generic drugs for the world, which is the leading pharmaceutical country in the world to help millions of people who cannot afford drugs coming from like the pharmaceutical companies and them. So they just have a lot of knowledge in this aspect of producing a cheaper version of drug. It's same thing like a vehicle. A man go and buy a BMW and he got pay come 100,000, and next man go and buy a Tida, he got pay 40,000, and that's taking him the same place where the man with the BMW going. You understand? So considering, you know, yesterday we raised the topic about why we giving Modi the highest award then. Let me show you something. When Trump became president, Trump made one statement that he's going to start to impose sanctions on country. He upset the whole world. Everybody started panicking and what got caused the economy and all this kind of thing. That's just one man. Trinidad and Tobago, we are price takers. We are not price makers. We are buyers. We are not manufacturers. So when these people, world leaders, these are the people who could destroy our economy in a second. If they say that, oh, yeah, what? We drop in oil price to $0, we don't have a revenue in this country. We're dead. If they say that, oh, we have to increase in rice and whatever, we just import, put sanction, tariffs on it, we're in trouble again. So when a world leader like this come into our country like ours, it may not mean nothing. And you know, everything we just find some sort of negative spin to it rather than to look at the positive, the benefits that we could enjoy of it. Let me say that some issue happen in the world, and we just depend on, we just import rice, we just whatever, we just pharmaceutical and thing. And India decide, okay, all the countries that they don't favor, they're gonna start to impose heavy sanction on them and something. That would affect us. But let me say this man remember, hey, you know, I went to this little country down in the Caribbean and they treat me good, they give me a big award. I go give them a blind. And that's how you have to geopolitics is work. We have to think about these things. What we would prefer to do? Send him to Mastana Bahar and give him the Pick-a-Pan award? You know, we had to be started thinking the benefits of geopolitics to this little country that we have. So far, we have been surviving wholly and solely on the oil and gas. That don't show no promising sign for the future. We mash up the sugarcane industry, we mash up the citrus industry. We close down everything that we could have closed down because we feel that we is some God in this country. Like they say, God is a Trinidadian or some nonsense like that and all this kind of thing. But we see now where big countries in the world, with all this Brexit and all this kind of thing taking place, things changing. So we have to now, as being the price takers and the buyers, have to go with how much we could grease our wheel to say, let's survive and still be relevant in the society. We don't know yet what benefits going to come out from this. But to have somebody like Modi come into Trinidad and Tobago, you see any negative thing coming out of that? When dealing with these men, them sitting around the table with the G7 man, making decisions to run the world, and having this man come to this little 1.4 million.
Hello, hi, member. Sorry, I don't mean to disconnect you, but we actually have ads now.
Okay then.
So yeah, we apologize about that, right? But thanks so much for your valuable contribution, though.
Take care, man.
Yeah, nice. Sorry guys, we have some bills to pay now, so we're gonna come back in the next hour. Alright, you guys keep it locked to the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232 or 378-1470.
It's easy on a Sunday morning. Tune in to Street 91.9 FM at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Minister Corey Joseph and the Youth Empowerment Foundation as we inspire you, motivate you, and educate you to achieve your dreams and purpose. Live your best life now. Support our vision and programs at any Republic Bank, the Youth Empowerment Foundation, account number 0902-3963-3931. For prayer, counseling, and social outreach, WhatsApp 1-868-701-5555 or call 273-1998. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Think big. God has a plan for your life. There is destiny inside of you screaming to come out. Sponsored by JD Guides Funeral Home and Stan Media. We care about you.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefits of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310 8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifaba Mishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke.
And every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Fire Mood Fridays on the Street 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi. All genres of music from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in. Fire Mood Fridays, Club 919 FM. You don't know.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Big up to all the C students, you did it. Whether you're celebrating big wins or just proud of the journey, KFC is here to crunch with you. For one day only, this Friday, July 4th. Get 7 pieces of chicken and 3 sides for just $99. Available via all ordering channels. Celebrate new beginnings with KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the 4th and 5th Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Get hot this summer. Oh no, we mean HUT, as in hot days mean hot deals with Pizza Hut. Get 1 large pizza plus single breadsticks for only $135, or go bigger with 2 large pizzas, family breadsticks, and cinnamon rolls for just $290. All your favorite pizzas with all the toppings you love all summer long. So head to the Hut and get your hot deals while this offer is super hot. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the street, 919 FM.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John
every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
live on the street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079 or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember,
every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
live on the street 919 FM.
They did it. See, results are in. And Pizza Hut is bringing the big bites for the big results. Celebrate with our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. Just $25 for C students on July 4th. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. only. Adults $55 and kids under 5 eat free. Conditions apply. Come hungry, leave happy. Only at Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering.
The wait is finally over. The Street 919 FM is powering up its digital presence with the launch of its vibrant new website, www.thestreet919fm.com. Now you can take the energy of the street with you wherever you go. Immerse yourself in a dynamic world of the hottest music, thought-provoking talk shows, exclusive interviews, and non-stop entertainment. Stay informed with the latest news updates and essential information, all just a click away. Don't miss out on being part of the Street 919 FM community online. Head over to www.thestreet919fm.com today and experience the rhythm of the street like never before.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard.
So yes, guys, we are back. The Street Council is in session. Your speakers of the house, Anderson and Hashim. And it's just about 7 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock in sweet Trinidad and Tobago. Gotta say again, good afternoon going out to all our listeners via YouTube. Good afternoon. Don't forget to share the live, like, share, and subscribe as well, and let everyone know that the Street Council is on. Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good day. I was wondering, why did you don't refer to Dr. Rowley as Dr. Rowley? You say Mr. Rowley.
Sorry.
You did say Mr. Rowley instead of Dr. Rowley. Yeah.
My apologies, but I still do give him and that respect. So I may have left out part of his.
Yeah, more than one occasion I heard him say Mr. Rowley. I was wondering why.
No. It's nothing. I'm no. There's nothing. I'm not against him in any way at all. It's just probably I just so accustomed, just addressing persons by either Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, But I do recognize that yes, part of that recognition is also mentioning that yes, he is the Honorable Dr. Christopher Keith Rowley. However.
Yeah, I remember 2 days ago when you were debating whether Stuart Young's pension should be retroactive or not. You were very much before the actual bill was passed that most of the callers as well as yourself seem to be on the side of yes, it should be retroactive. Because I remember after I called, you saying things like everybody has a right to their own opinion and because every caller has a space on this station and so on.
Correct.
And then the caller called after me and she was very much in favor of retroactive, and the comments then was that she was so eloquent and, the people are speaking on what they want to the country and so on and so on. But after the event, after the bill was passed, you were saying, well, it is what it is. But you were very much in line with being retroactive then. So I couldn't
let me just pause you for a minute, member. I wouldn't be able to agree with that statement that you're saying there. I never said that I was in agreement of it. I more or less asked the question as to our members to more or less give their views on it, but I wouldn't want you to continue saying that I was in agreement, or it seemed like I'm in agreement with it, and I'm still not going to even entertain the conversation or be open to give my views. That's just not how the platform is here. We more or less ask the questions that are the concerns of members and a lot of persons within Trinidad and Tobago, and that's about it. So yes, on that particular day when we raised the question, most of the persons that would have called in would have said make it retroactive. But if you listen to the program, you would have realized we raised a lot of argument in the aspect of why should it, why make it retroactive. I remembered that I also mentioned that yes, we understand that that things needed to be amended, and we agree with that. I also mentioned about the opposition and the side that they took, the decision that they stand with in the aspect of yes, they understand that the bill needs to be amended, but why make it retroactive? Yeah?
I guess what I heard after the event was that to me, I'm not seeing it right, that you sounded more in favor of should not be retroactive. So I was wondering why there was a change in tone after the event.
No.
Somehow, I was wondering if you all are just another flip side of Heavy and TC, where they were more.
Oh no, well let's just put those.
They were more. Is it cold or I don't want to mix it up. Right, but anyhow, you all are a little more subtle. So I was wondering if it was just the same program.
No, sir. Well, so let us put your concerns to rest, right? Yeah. That is not the case.
And if
it came across that way, right? That was not our intention.
Correct, and we do apologize. But if that was the case, I believe that you wouldn't probably be on the line still, because I know the agendas of how some persons operate, and that is just not how this platform is. So we
allow everyone to speak their mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll keep on listening.
All right, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks very much, member. Thanks for your contribution. All right, let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, gentlemen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I watching everybody cookie eye.
How you doing
everybody.
that? He's a chameleon. How you doing that?
Everybody.
Everybody is it?
You see, a gentleman called before. I don't know if it was that caller, and asking about how you're calling the man by name and whatever it is.
Right.
The man government name is Keith Rowley. You know, some people are just too learned. You know? You see that functional fixedness way that they buy into? That is what caused most of them to go and take the jab the other day. Go walk into the slaughterhouse. See? Now, this is my point here today. Because it goes to the heart of that functional fixedness. So Trump gets 34 convictions, right? What happened to him? He get to walk outside. He go in the bathroom and stand up and pee just like everybody. Did he? 2 minor charges. Find him guilty. The 3 major ones, not guilty, or whatever it is. They're still trying to fix. Did he go home? You know if he went home?
I cannot say. I saw the not guilty charge. I saw the not guilty charge.
Right. But up until yesterday, his attorneys was trying to figure out how they're going to plead and ask for him to go home. But the Donald had 34 convictions. Right now, he's telling people, if you could go, if you could come, all kind of stuff. You understand what's going on? So who died and make certain people have the right to make these decisions for certain kind of people who stand up and paying just like all of them? You want to discuss that? Because that goes to the heart of everything that's going on here. And on the strawman aspect of it, the strawman aspect goes to the heart of what that fella trying to tell you about how you're supposed to call the man and address the man. Because I can keep saying, if you understand very little about that, then you just dancing to the puppet master's music. And I want to say something here. You see, all of them who figure they have a master's, you only mastered your master's teaching. That's why they give you that master's. I say so. Let me say it one more time. All you who figure all you have all your masters, you only mastered your master's teaching. And your colonizer, your colonizer. That is what it is, not your colonizer. Your colonizer will never educate you. They will just give you some certificates. Gentlemen, you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get you, member. Yeah?
So, if you really want to build a better nation, you really got to understand what is the 2 parallel systems that is running out there. Right?
All right. Thanks so much for your contribution, member. I don't want the whole show to be going in a direction where we're just going to point out a certain gentleman who called in, a certain member, and made a statement.
Yeah,
we already addressed that.
Right.
And we welcome all members, and he may have had a concern, and
we addressed this.
We addressed it, and we're moving on. Right? Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. So before we went to the break, I heard you ask a question, and some people was trying to justify. I will not put my mouth where it belongs, but I would like to ask the question. The Aripo Reserve in Trinidad on the eastern side of Trinidad, the Aripo Reserve, over 200 and something years recognized for indigenous and rare species of animals. Scientists from all over the world visit that site for the last donkey, mule, and how much years to do research. And now people are encroaching on the reserve and building houses, cutting down the trees and the vegetated it and building homes to live in. Is that right, gentlemen? What do you think? Is right? Then you reserve the right to answer. So I'll give only answer this now. So the second thing, when George Floyd get a knee in the neck and he cannot breathe, we ask for the sympathy for him and to prosecute an officer in America. So now, I comment to this one. In Kashmir in India, the research and the scientists see the link that Hinduism, what the Bhagavad Gita they say, is a recording and evidence in Kashmir. Right? Now I want to ask totally a question and the council. I put it to the council and the list to answer. Right now, Israel and who fighting? Right? These two countries, the religion is what? Muslim, Islamic states. They recognize, right? And one is a Christian state. Is it the Islamic faith in Trinidad is asking for the war to stop, but the brothers and sisters in Islam is getting destroyed? Eh? So you see what I'm saying. It's right for the people to go in the repo and take away something what does not belong to them. And it's right that other religion could go and push out a religion in Kashmir, right? And then say here now to protest. But we're not protesting in the right way to know that we, the citizens, just had passed a general election, and when the council of people to say this party is ethnicity is African, this party is East Indian, and then you'll see the party what just left office. What are the people money done? How about President Eden?
All right, member. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right then.
You good?
Yeah. You know, sometimes it's just a lot to absorb at one time. Okay, so I feel like I'm hearing something funny. I'm not too sure if it's just me. How are you hearing on your end? Is it
okay? And the usual.
Not a little muffled, no? No? Alright, okay, yeah, probably just me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I probably fixed that by now. Let me
Right.
take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Yeah, good afternoon again. I come in on a second time here. I sit down and I listen where I was waiting, because I have 3 items that I don't talk too early on. And within the conversation, I end up with another one, which is a very important item, you know. Because above the whole conversation, the Muslim community asks for the reason why we should invite this Modi, Prime Minister Modi, and he happened to be in some sort of conflict in, well, it's already India. What I kind of looking at, now, when we're talking about the Muslim community, with my recollection, we have different sects of Muslim in Trinidad and Tobago. Because not only one sect of Muslim, it have the African Muslim, it also have the Indian Muslim. That beating me a bit, because all of that is beating me too is that it's not all Muslims that really want to say the blocking or they would like to block, because he done here already almost. So my question is, what is it? I mean, we have to concentrate in a way like Indian fighting Indian here right now, because I want to doubt. Because look like we have a brother in the post program of this day that, I mean, he appreciate, he's a Muslim, he appreciates. So where that fight from the Muslim coming from to block Moody? So we had to recognize that jump high, jump low, a bacchanal within the same Indian community that there's a strife. And I don't know how far they will get with that. But I think there's a sort of cantankerous nature. And just as my brother put it just early on, it's a cantankerous nature.
All right.
And I want to put it at that because that is what I see with that. I think I could think wisely. That is a cantankerous nature. And so I don't know how the Muslim would think about it, but I more want to understand. I ain't already talking about it, but I more want to understand what's going on with CPEC on this agriculture people with the dismissal of plenty people. 19,000 jobs, you know. I mean, I'm concerned about the jobs of my brothers and sisters here because a few days to come, we're going to have some real trouble with 19,000 people can't feed the children. I do have a child, but I'm thinking for all, and also going on with Moody is not no big thing. We don't talk that already. We gave him the award of right. Let the man run his show. Let the government run his show. You see that 19,000, the opposition question on that. Roger question on that. My government, what is to say to me? Because the labor minister, who right now is supposed to be concerned with the union and the laborers, 19,000 people out of job. Now listening to hear when somebody goes serious with the serious thing at Trinidad and Tobago, jobs, the economy, that I live on the Moody long time, you know. Is that I dealing with now? I want to understand what that 19,000 job loss and the contractors. I want to know about that business. What's going on? Because that is my livelihood here. That is my survival. That is my survival.
All right,
so
member.
I don't know what you're talking about all kind of things, and I hear that pop up. I want to hear about it.
All right, member. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Just to start off with, member. I feel like, you know, trying to draw reference in the aspect of there's two different sort of Muslims, the African and the Indian. I think we need to really, really stay away from that. Yeah.
Muslim is Muslim.
Muslim is Muslim. You know, it's one religion, and it doesn't matter whether you're African, East Indian, Indian, Chinese, you know, Spanish, you name it. It doesn't matter, really, right? Doesn't. Muslim is Muslim, and they have their concerns just like everybody else. So, miss me with that one, please. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Good after lunch to the council, the others, and the rest.
Good after lunch.
Nice. That sounds like you eating already, boys. Don't bother to pass.
Oh no.
No.
We haven't eaten. But if you have offerings,
we have famition. If you have anything,
if you have offerings, no problem.
It is Malva Road. All right.
I feel I could pass on it because it have a mandate. I give a round of applause because that man say that black thing he do that at all. Smoker, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right.
I can give that man a round of applause. I want the government to ban that so bad, boy.
Wow. Man, applause to you. Applause to you, sir. Applause to you. You and I could function. We is good friend.
Member.
Anywhere I see you, don't you dare.
Member, you're treading. Hey, watch how you're treading, member. Member, watch how you're treading.
Don't you press that button. Don't you press that button for him. Don't you press that button for him. Do not press that button for him.
And I want to know all people can eat this.
You are out of order.
Anyhow, we're moving on. We're moving on.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Member, you're out of order. How could you say smoking should be banned? Nah, man.
But they ban cocaine.
Nah.
They ban cocaine.
Member, listen again.
Member.
Okay, I withdraw.
You are out of order.
You're wrong.
Okay, I withdraw.
You're wrong.
Very
Please
good.
continue, sir.
I withdraw.
Very good. Very good.
Don't take me to the privileges, please. Don't take me to the privileges.
Member, giving you one more chance. You carry on, member. Carry on.
I withdraw. Yeah, the concern about Mr. Moody and so on, you know, there are things that the media have not exposed us to.
Right.
All right? Because in checking this, there are things that, you know what I mean? They're not, but the little that I have seen and heard and read in India, I feel people should not be distant. The Muslims are here in Trinidad for the position that they are taking. All right? But I don't want to spend too much time on that because I don't want to go before the privileges commit. All right? The last one is the creed and race find an equal place. Now, this is like somebody hoping something. Somebody sit down with pen and paper or with a typewriter in them days or something and come up with this. Oh, that I hope, I wish, or, you know, or maybe I pray that every creed and every race will find an equal place. In other words, opportunities for John should be the same as opportunity for Jane.
Agreed.
The same as it wouldn't be. It will not be. Because, for example, Trabujubantan party here, weekend coming. $1 to go in. $1 to go in. After the party, do some statistics and tell me what percentage of what group went to the party. I don't know if you see where I'm going.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Tell me what percentage of which group. Now, everybody had a likeness and all, and you can't vex with anybody for that. All right? But, so an opportunity there for people to, hey, come, just register. We're giving you $10 every week. Register, learn to do this, so you'll have something behind your name. You have something that you could work with. You have something that others could work with. And then check and see the percentage of how much of which group take the opportunity or went. I've been here for more than 63 years before they put white line in the road. And these are things that I have observed. Okay? So you see this whole question of equal race and somebody feel that I have not been treated equal. In her cases where that might be so. But I'm saying this whole question of equal opportunity, you have to make that happen. It's you who had to make that happen. Correct. I could have rocked back and said, boy, you see me, my children, they go get big, they got to see what they said. No. As parent, I make sure and put things in place that they must climb as high as the ladder will allow. As high as the ladder will allow. And I am not going to look at the Chinese or the Syrian or the Indian or the... No. I am not looking at them. At times I use them for reference. I say, guys, if you want to be like them, I would suggest don't try to be like them. Try to surpass them. Try to surpass them. And thank God, my three sons, they have not disappointed me. They have not disappointed me. But this whole thing about equality, let me leave with this. This man playing golf, and he hit a shot in one. You know a man across so shout out? Way! He real lucky boy. He turned to the man and he said, lucky? I noticed the more I practice, according to what you have said, is the luckier I become. Let me run with that.
Now, remember, you started off a bit rough, and I was going to call the networks to disconnect you. But you ended well. And for that, member, come to the front of the class.
Come to the front of the class. All right, I'm going. All the best.
Yeah.
All the best. And remember,
call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Yeah, they told me to make sure that I keep
Keep
putting the numbers out there.
the drums and yeah. But remember, you are always at the front of the class from the start, from the time you start, eh? So don't study him. Big up yourself. And just a brief reminder, because you say I don't know who wrote every Creed and Race Final. It's Patrick Castani, the original writer of the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago, which was originally supposed to be the national anthem for the Federation of the West Indies. For those of you who remember that was once a thing, and me personally, I wish had become a thing, because as Caribbean people, the only thing that's separating us really is the waters, you know. But I really do respect those words. Just take a brief tangent. Trinidad and Tobago's national anthem is one of my favorites in the world, right? And it is because of the words that it inspires, right? We do our music. Music has messages, and no more powerful messages are found than in the national anthems of countries, right? And while we may not always live up to those words, it still stands there as a testament to the best that we can be each and every day, right? And
but it's about a practice.
It is all about, just like the caller said, it is about a practice.
Yeah.
All right, and working to find your place.
That's why I told the first member, I told him, I said, you may not believe it, but you know, it starts from me. That change starts with you. Me. It really does. You as an individual, whatever you want to see, the outlook of things, you have to portray it. It have to start with you, and sometimes you have to take a look in the mirror and see that you are not perfect, and you are probably making mistakes, and you could probably be able to really change the outlook of things. You have that power.
You do. You really do. And you must not just limit yourself because you say the system corrupt or this politician is corrupt and that is why we all suffering.
And we know this.
Yeah,
we know it have corruption.
We know this. And newsflash, every system is like that. It's a global problem.
And we all face it. Trust me. Members, Trinidad and Tobago, and to the world at large, we all face the same difficulties, whether it be going to the supermarket and facing the high prices, maybe we seeing corruption. We all see it. And some would say a corruption that's going on right now is with the CPEP.
Of course.
And with the forestry. I mean, over 19,000 persons, to be very honest. It is heartbreaking.
It is. Absolutely.
I have never witnessed it. If somebody could say, well, you know, it has been worse than this before, please.
By all means, tell us.
Yeah.
By all means, tell us.
Good afternoon again, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
Normally, some of the callers, they take away a lot of my brain cells. So I'm really hoping that, you know, people would call and rejuvenate a little bit. That last caller, do some rejuvenation. And I appreciate that. You know, when people really on the pathway of understanding this society we live in, and don't always look for excuse to blame opportunities for their downfall, we're on the right path. It's have hope for this country. And that caller, the way you explain about his children and all these kind of things, if 1 in every 3 citizens of this country thinks like that and do what he has done, let me tell you something. We wouldn't be working CPEP and talking about 19,000 unemployed people. And I'm going to draw this point now. Now, if people had listened to the minister when he explained the CPEP scenario, as Barry Padarat, he said that how they have a month salary to get since they dissolved the contracts, because the contracts was flawed and full of corruption. So it's not the workers. The workers, they just get paid fortnightly. And I would really like, you're noticing like no CPEP workers not calling in and saying anything. It's really, you're hearing this voice coming from only a certain sector of the population who gains the benefit. They are not the ones with the weed whacker and the grass rake on the side of the road. It's the ones that were driving the BMW and living in the fancy gated community that is voicing and have this big issue that, okay, 19,000 workers. Fortnight come here, the CPEP workers are going to get paid. The next fortnight they're going to get paid. And by that time, they will resolve the scenario with the contracts and things, and then re-employ the same set of people and restructure what was taking place in CPEP, because the whole CPEP that Patrick Manning created was designed for, the first letter was community, to help people within the community. It are people from all over working CPEP, and nobody knows them, who it is, these people in front of my yard. And then when you watch out, you see a single parent mother asking for some handout, and it's our CPEP group here with a set of people who nobody knows within the community. And then no contract then supposed to be like for 3 years and 4 years, and they're supposed to be rotating this thing to help out people and to bring them from being wholly and solely dependent on this support to being empowered to move on to something else. And that was the whole program. That is what, this was a feeding frenzy for supporters of the PNM, and not the workers again, was the contractors and them. And when you hear any list of the people who have 5, 6 contracts and things from CPEP, then you would understand Gatsby Dolly and all these people, them relatives, them have these 4, 5, 6 contracts and all these kind of things. And this is why it was immediately suspended. So they have the 1 month cushion where they will get the 2 fortnight pay. Now the contractors don't pay the CPEP workers. The CPEP company that just pay them. So them would go to where they normally get a salary from, and they'll get the salary there. But they have all kind of Woody Allen and Malcolm, John Wayne and thing was collecting money. You understand what was going on?
John Wayne.
Denzel Washington and all kind of thing was working CPEP. Before they didn't have Beyonce and thing was working CPEP.
Wow.
Yeah, Beyonce worked about 4 years straight CPEP.
Wait, and I see on the road, boy? That's crazy.
The Queen Bee, yeah, where mothers have on the head tie up and thing, because
right. So you're right.
Public covered now.
Right.
Yeah, Queen Bee was in CPEP for nearly 2 years, all this kind of thing. And this is where we need to support. What is right, and what is wrong is wrong. We cannot be putting racial agenda and political agenda. We need to get this thing fixed, and we need to get our country back so that everybody could feel that they are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and be patriotic.
All right. Well, member, thanks so much for your contribution. Let me take another one. Thanks so much. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay, we must listen to understand and not regurgitate erroneous messages. The Minister Parrott stated that the contractors are given 1 month, not the workers. It is put in their contract that they are given 1 month in lieu of notice. Workers don't have a contract. The contractors are exactly that, contractors, so they have contracts. Not the workers. The workers are left without any, what's the right word I'm looking for? Safety net.
Compensation.
Yes. They don't get that either. And unlike other government work, there is no benefits. You know, after you work in a government institution, you get a benefit when the contract is terminated. I can't remember what that is called also. But you get that. They don't have that for them. Now, the rotation he was speaking about is not the contractors, but the workers. They were supposed to go in to CPEP, work for half the day, and the other half of the day, they were supposed to be getting trained in an area which would be able to make them gainfully employed in some industry of the country. So they would make a space for somebody else who is unemployed and not educated enough to be able to fill in and have a hope. The problem we are seeing now is we are hearing
again, of corruption without evidence. And I remember clearly Minister Wade Mark, as Speaker of the House at that time, waving papers and saying, this is from the judiciary, preventing Mr. Jack Warner from giving his contribution in the issue that was at hand in the Parliament. And we got to find out it was a lie. And this is, it happened many other times. People just wave things in the air and they just assume. We already heard from the same Minister Conrad that the Prime Minister residence is not fit for the Prime Minister. So they repaired her home at taxpayer cost to facilitate her working from home. And then we got pictures throughout the whole place showing that it was indeed ready for a Prime Minister to stay in. Lies again. So shall we continue to believe lies as if they are truth and then make excuses for said lies? Are we to go that way? Or is this gentleman who just called them being very and extremely facetious? Gentlemen, this cannot continue. We are not on the animal farm.
All right, member.
If we equal, we equal. If we unequal, we unequal. But don't piss in my face and tell me it's raining. Stop the nonsense. It is for your party people. No, say that. Don't try and fool educated people. It is disgusting.
All right.
You all have a nice day.
Thank you so much for your contribution, member.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
And before we continue, let me say again, good afternoon going out to all our listeners via YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to like and share and also subscribe to our platform so that you would never miss any of the council's session right here on the Street 919 FM. And again, I invite you guys to be a part of the conversation, 342-0081, 466-5391, and you could also send your messages via WhatsApp, right? Send your voice notes, yeah? Hi, good afternoon, member, welcome.
Well, good afternoon to you. I want to thank you for playing the disclaimer after that P&M gentleman. I name very well, so I just call him that. I name very well, so I'm proud to call him that, P&M gentleman. And it feels that they not focus on country. They focus on party politics. Because about party politics, he was speaking about. He wasn't speaking about country. And today, they are hurting where their voice was. Because if there was a rising Dr. Rowley, all these things would have been power or now. P&M. All would have been power or now. When I used to call you day and night and tell, or you join me, or you cuss me, or you drag my name on the ground. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Or you encourage Dr. Rowley to suffer the public servants for 9 years, or you say take 4%. That is all the country have. The country have no money. Or you tell us that. Why? Or you continuing this? Because why? An Indian woman in power now, UNC in power now. That is all the problem, you know. Or you don't care what the lady give or your children. Or you don't care what the lady give or your pension, mothers and fathers. All you care is UNC. UNC nothing else. Nothing positive. Nothing constructive. You have seen any daily pay worker going home? permanent delivery worker who go no. Yeah, any senior, any public servants go no. Our whole company, our bloodline was formed since 19 whatever years ago. People who make 30 and 10, 15 and 40 years, permanent workers went home from Wassa, from Tiantec. It's just contractors who contract any next year, 2 years or 3 years, and we all know ABC. When government come, they remove the contract, and that is facts. And
all right, member. I wanna thank you for your contribution, but I have so many calls, right? So I wanna see how much calls we could take, right? But thanks so much for your contribution. Problem. Yeah, man. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
The District Council calling from Tobago. Mr. Anderson and Mr. Hashim, I can't remember your name too good.
Yes,
yeah, that was the name. You got it right.
Names.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. We hearing from Tobago today.
Yeah, we going from the same person has told the difference between a politician and a leader. It's me.
Right.
Right.
The difference now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask two quick questions. You all said, right? I'm listening. That all politicians are corrupted. Admitted to that, right? So, the question I want to ask, if all politicians are corrupted, why did you vote as a corrupted one to put him back and as corrupted one?
No, we didn't say all politicians
are corrupted. Right?
But we did mention that there are politicians that are corrupted.
And that it is not and that is not just coming to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Right? We're not saying every politician that in politics is corrupted.
Yeah.
We're speaking about Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
We're talking about Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they are corrupted, and you won't say no. You can't tell me no because I will not know you. I know about politics. I studied politics. I told I was in the system was corrupted. I told that already. So I know the system is. They are corrupted. Trinidad and Tobago is the most corrupted country in the Caribbean.
Wow.
Right? So, hide from it because God knows the truth. We can't fool God. We cannot fool God.
Remember, you're saying that we, small us, Trinidad and Tobago, in the Caribbean, you say, the most corrupted.
I'm telling you, I am a spiritual person too. And God is going to bring down Trinidad if we don't repent. You might like to hear that because Trinidad people don't like to hear the word repent. Right? We have to. You see, all are young, all they know half. And this is what God having with Trinidad, and he's very well. Right now, God real peace to Trinidad, you know. If you realize Trinidad is the only country, besides Jamaica, is the only country that not connecting itself to Africa. Trinidad and Tobago is the only Caribbean island right now that is not connected to Mother Africa. When Africa is rising. Africa is the #1 powerhouse in the whole world all the time. That is the only country that ever have all the resources. No other country in the world have the resources Africa has. That was only known as the country of the land of the honey. You understand me? This is the land that have everything.
Wow.
Everybody goes to Africa for everything, you know. But you know, Trinidad and Tobago, we don't want to hear we from Africa. But right now, I could take a ship and go back to I could go back to North Faso right now, you know. I got Carol with me when I go in.
I would love to. I would love to meet Ibrahim. So if you're really going, let me know,
Member, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much for your contribution. And yeah, definitely when you're going, let us know. Let us know. Yeah.
Well, just for clarification, I know she was in the moment and everything, but Africa is a continent with many countries in it. It's not a country unto itself. So one continent. It was a slippery term, most likely.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved. But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
Isn't that a fact? Isn't that a fact? Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Yes, sir. No true words have ever been said. Now, Mr. Kingsley, you knows me not. You never saw me. I don't know you. We never played tennis, basketball, or football. You don't know me.
You don't know who I support. Because as I voted Kamala in 2010, and was the biggest mistake I ever made in my entire life. So now I don't care about none because all of them are bad, as far as I consider. As for what the lady said, Dr. Rowley is the first person from Trinidad that went to actually make a big connection with Africa and was commended by a number of Caribbean countries for making that sort of move. If it does exist anymore, I don't. As for all the other things that we are hearing, sir, what corruption? Again, in 2013, we got a report about the Corruption Perception Index, and we got worse by 20 points. Go and look it up. And in 2019, we got a report saying that we improved by 10 points.
All right, remember, you have less than a minute, so
right.
make it tight.
Well, as for what you said about every time people come in, there is fire, go and look it up. It's history. Dr. Rowley waited until the 3 years of people signing documents on the day of the election and giving contracts to CPF workers, contractors, sorry, and he left them for 3 years to expire before he replaced. So stop the lies. It's on the internet. It's there for anybody to look. Stop the lie.
Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Before we go for the ads, I just want to clarify something. Yes, I played the disclaimer. It wasn't because the member belongs to a particular party or anything like that. It's just that he did mention within his contribution that they took taxpayers' money to fix the Honorable Prime Minister's house. And brother man, I don't have no court close to that. Yeah. I don't know something. I
had no file in front of me with that kind of thing.
Exactly. So right? I just wanted to make sure that. To make it abundantly clear that that was his contribution and that has nothing to do with the Street 919 and our beliefs or the information that we put out there. All right?
Right.
But everyone is free to fact check and to make sure and do their research. All right? So we're going to pay some bills and then after we're going to come back in our last and final hour with what is not a crime but should be considered a crime. But I have something additional that I want to ask you guys in the last hour as well.
Sounds good.
So please tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the live, share the live. We're going to be back right after these bills.
Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
This is the voice of Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Every child is created for excellence. Release the natural intelligence from every child with the IBG educational products. Just listen to these testimonies.
He wanted to read to show me what he can read in one day time. We get through the program and she made real good marks.
And she's singing the song. She liked the song too bad.
And they were really excited. It's success in no time for them.
With the IBG educational products, we guarantee instant learning to all.
This is about the best thing I've seen.
It is extremely well.
At IBG, we project the young minds of today to be leaders tomorrow. Just call us at 330-1384 or WhatsApp us at the same number, 330-1384. Delivery at your door. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Start working from at home with the IBG educational products and send them out to school as champions.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code Radio2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills, and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise, all rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate.
So yes, members, we are back. Good afternoon going out to each and every one of you guys. Just about 3 minutes past the hour, well, actually 5 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock.
Production.
We are in our last and final hour, taking you guys straight to 4 p.m. and also making way for the third umpire. They would be up at 4 o'clock and taking you guys straight to 7. Got a great program coming up in the next hour that I know that you guys are definitely going to enjoy. As I'm not too sure again who is batting in the wickets. But they are literally going to obviously give you that that information, and
we will be in the stands watching.
It's going to be an interesting show, so you guys definitely don't want to miss that. Good afternoon to all our. Now I've seen some persons calling. Give me a second. I'm not going to answer the phone just yet. So yeah, I've seen that. Again, good afternoon going out to all our listeners via YouTube. Let me see. I'm seeing Echoes on Horrors is there. David Williams.
I've seen Just Soldier there. Big up to you, Miss Arima. Good afternoon.
Ram Kalawan is also there as well. So good afternoon going out to you guys. Don't forget to like and share, and also to subscribe to YouTube. And yeah. So yeah, we are in our segment here, which is what is not a crime but should be considered a crime. I don't know if you guys should have by now, because you guys are familiar with this segment, so you guys could be a part of it. Call, give us it. It doesn't have to be serious. It could be something humorous. I mean, we go on a more lighter within this hour. And also I wanted to ask them that I believe later on this month, our Honorable Prime Minister should be leaving the country to attend a summit, right? And is it a summit or to meet CARICOM? I just can't recall exactly, but I know she will be out of the country. And the question is who do you think should
be acting Prime Minister in
who
her absence?
As the Prime Minister in her absence. Who and why?
Who and why?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't give any as yet.
I am not giving any at all. I'm interested to hear who they have in mind.
No.
I was merely going to say that I think that position should just be there should just be a title of Deputy Prime Minister, so that whenever the leader of the country is away, we know for sure that whoever has that title, that is who's in charge until the boss get back.
That's how it works.
Apparently, that's not how it works here. I know
different persons tend to act that role. So, since this will be her first official trip out of the country,
as Prime Minister,
who should act in that role and why? Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
I think it might be Rudolph Munilal.
You think so? Why?
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's one of the senior members of the cabinet.
Right.
You understand? So I think it might be better to give him the role. But it take over for long because I think the CARICOM summit is supposed to start this weekend.
Right.
And that 2-3 day walk.
Okay.
Now, if you say Deputy Prime Minister, you might have a clause coming for pension. So leave it go. You understand what
all right. All right, member. Thanks so much.
Fair. I don't know. I know about that. I'm just saying. I just saying. In other parts of the region, that's just how it is. I understand that that's not how it is done here. I'm just saying. I think there would be a lot less contention to saying for you to say every time she leaves, she puts somebody else in charge instead of we know who next to and the next in chain of commander. You know. Anyway,
so they're saying that I seen Dr. Wakanda is saying supporting the PNM and being a sicko fan should be a crime. All right, okay.
All right, sir. No, fine should be a crime. No, fine should be a crime. SEA results coming out at 11 in the night. What is
that? Where's that one?
I don't understand because I know that to always be a early morning thing. You get it out the way. So whole day today, on top of coming home early, these poor children just sweating. Whole day they clinching,
but let's
because
say,
they don't know what happening.
But let's just say for the ones that are gonna stay up with excitement to get that results, I want to wish all the students
the best of luck.
And I'm sure that you guys are going to be able to still be successful in life. Once you apply yourself, it doesn't matter that, you know, even if you don't pass your first choice, you might pass your last choice or your second choice. Just apply yourself. And I really hope that parents, you know, whether your child, but you know the definition of
we understand, but
right?
we still have old
child,
thinking here.
yes, right. So you know, whatever results, please make sure and uplift them and give them the encouragement, because their life literally just start.
Please,
you know, it's not the ending of it.
Do not take it. Once we know that they are moving on, that should be cause for celebration. Correct. Regardless, and you know, take them to a little treat. I hear a pizza place giving away, having specials. I think a chicken place is also having specials for SEA results. Results kids.
You sure they will have it, because with all this restriction and so forth because of the.
Let's not.
Okay, so
You're being negative.
So Patricia is saying that the AG should be the PM. Let's see if the UNC supports base would like that.
The Attorney General should be acting PM. Interesting.
No, I think the road Patricia going on there is because the AG is color.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
crayon, and you know,
a certain crayon color. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, the Dream, Hashim, and the son of DJ.
Hi, Mr. Lockett.
Hey, what's going on, Lockett?
I'm here. What about all you?
Can't complain, you know. We're alive. We're alive and well.
Okay, nice. And I said, according to old people, I wanted to make message this morning, so I just came back. Message me like when you go to buy little grocery, and old time people say you're going to make message. Now, you know, those people
Okay.
in the 60s and the 50s going back up. Yeah?
Got you.
They wasn't exposed to much education and things, so they made their own language anyhow.
Right.
I think Monilal should be based on seniority. He should be acting. Now, it's not a normal thing for a senator, for the AG, for example, as a senator. It's not a normal thing, but we had precedent set when Lenny Sage was a senator. Dr. Lenny Sage acted for Manin when Manin went abroad, right, as a senator. But there's nothing wrong with it, but you know, normally the correct thing is a person who faces the electorate should act as prime minister, and then we do not have a post of deputy prime minister enshrined in the constitution. All right, Hashim, you have some homework for me, but before you give me my homework, I want to remind callers and things. I hear a lady call and she said Trinidad is the most corrupt place, or something to that effect. Right? I now came and I was hearing that, right? Now, she had to be very careful because in politics and in social sciences, the study that is, you have to have empirical evidence before you make them kind of comments. You just can't come and say Trinidad is this and Trinidad. You have to have empirical, all the behavior, what they call the behavioral sciences. You must have empirical evidence. In other words, you must have support for it. That's what the academia is about. The other thing, a gentleman called and he said Rowley was the first man to go to Africa, or whatever it is. Rowley wasn't the first prime minister to go to South Africa. The first South Africa, Trinidadian to go to Africa on a tour was Dr. Williams. He called it a safari. Right? And he went to Nigeria and some other states in Africa. When he went to Nigeria, he went to the University of Ibadan, which is one of the top universities in Nigeria, and he met Desmond Carty there. And when he heard Desmond Carty was from Trinidad and thing, he told him, hey, back up, and he uprooted Desmond Carty from Nigeria, and he gave him a ministerial post in Trinidad and in his cabinet. Right? So people must come, because if that is kind of way the program going, I got to withdraw my enthusiasm, because I have studied hard and long, and people just come in and say anything because it's science we're talking about. This is not like them long time show where people are getting up and saying anything else. This show, I have this show as a kind of education for the masses, because I tell you, political education is lacking in this country, right? For whatever reason, right? And they turn every program, every talk show into that turns into a rum shop. So I just want you to be careful. I don't understand what you're saying, but have empirical evidence. In other words, have support for what you're saying. Otherwise the show will be of misleading the population. So that's all. Hashim, the CDEP thing, I'm very interested in the CDEP thing, because that's
what it was.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Because I mentioned it again after you left. I thought you were still listening, but I had mentioned it right after you hung up, because I was researching it as you tell me about it. And yeah, it doesn't appear to exist there anymore. The only CDAP that exists right now is something that is entirely different, and it's mainly based in France. But the Tasmania, no, it doesn't exist there.
Well, the genesis was in Tasmania. Well, you see, was a Labour government. Kevin Rudd was a Labour Prime Minister. So when he went and the people were complaining about the environment, that is how this CDEP thing came about, the CEDP, and it was the same on the same background that Mr. Malmanin transplanted it from Australia to here. And then he used the opportunity, put in a contract and all this kind of thing, but it wasn't for that. So most likely, the Australian government, after Rudd, will have said, all right, we had enough of this, so I would like to check to see what was the replacement for CDEP in Tasmania, Australia. Right? What was the replacement for it? Because you see, we do a lot of transplanting and things from foreign and trying to apply it here, and then it wouldn't work here. We just pick up a thing, we have CDEP and we call it CPEP here, and that was it. Right?
All right, member. Thanks so much for your contribution, and let me see if I can take another one.
Yeah, well, that's two for Manila now, I think. Two people have suggested Manila now.
Now, let me just correct one thing with Mr. Lahoketa before I move on. Is that you have to remember too that, right? Even though someone may call here and give some information, we welcome other members to sometimes correct, or if it is that you have your studies or your research is better than the previous member.
More
it's
conclusive.
No
I'm not even
problem.
going to say better than.
Well, you probably did a little better research.
Mm.
Probably the previous member might have missed something. We welcome you guys to share and to obviously be able to inform the nation that there's a slight correction or whatever, but we shouldn't try to take away in the aspect of just saying that somebody called and giving misleading information. I mean, at the end of the day, that is what they believe is the correct thing, but sometimes they still may be listening. You might be able to inform them and they see it from a different perspective, and plus you educate them at the same time.
And that's how we learn.
And that's how we learn. We can't, if we continue with this thing, well, this person call in and give the wrong information, then
the rum shop talk will start.
And then you're gonna, you literally are going to kind of push. People are gonna push back, and people are gonna be like, it's better I don't call in because somebody gonna bash me if I say something wrong, and that's not what we want. All right, so let's be open-minded and welcome everyone. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Hello?
Hi,
yes, hello.
Right. No, I just want to give you a little information. You said some of the Muslim people got murdered.
Granny, sorry. Could you turn on your radio a little bit, please?
Oh, yes. On the Moody Watch, right? But I want to tell you this. Trinidad, the marching, and who wants to march could go, who goes in to go up. But there is a sheikh, a prince, by the name of Sheikh Muhammad. He's a prince, a Muslim prince from Abu, invited Moody. Not one person they went against him. Not one person. He got the highest award there. That is what called Muslim. He wearing the Muslim wearing. Eating the Muslim food. He doing all the Muslim culture. And two others like them, I can't remember the other two names. And he got the highest award from those three highest Muslim countries. So I said, all them have to know. Let me tell you, and you go find the other two names. I give them the Prince. They're wearing white man wearing like these jacket and tie and knife and fork. Real Muslim, that is on the not Muslim, we're walking and talking. So things have happened. I'm just telling you. Why they didn't match this?
All right, thanks so much for your contribution.
Right. And I am all for. I agree, definitely that he has been to these places. They have welcomed him openly and warmly and everything.
We still there.
But you ain't let me finish, bro.
Huh?
You ain't let me finish.
No, you go ahead.
Okay then.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. While someone may welcome him warmly and openly, there are things in his past that others still hold resentment for. Just like me. I've done things in my past, I'm sure people still resent me for it. That is just human nature. Right? So people will always have their concerns, and you defend who you like to defend, but people still reserve the right to have concerns when someone that concerns them or their safety or their beliefs is
and
in
that
their
should be a
vicinity.
crime, That should be a crime.
What?
Not allowing persons to have a concern.
A concern, okay.
That should be considered a crime. Everyone has their opinion and their concerns, and we should always be able to be open-minded, to be able to listen to them and hear exactly what is their concern, what is really and get to the
crux of the issue.
Yeah, whatever the issue is.
And we can always agree to disagree at the end of the day.
Correct. Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hey, DJ Anderson, bring the dream back. Yeah, when I call here, no one job.
Yeah, what you saying?
Let me give a little history. Yeah, let me give a little history. Moody, the Indian government do over $110 billion in trade with Africa. And you remember the pandemic? It's over 32 countries in that continent demanding vaccination for. Right? So that's just a little history for people to see the relationship India have with Africa. So if they want to come with the racist talk, and then I hear you say something about Patricia Reed, they say if she go put John Jeremy. Let me ask her a question. In the 10 years Rowley was Prime Minister, did he ever appointed an African to act as PM? But we know UNC did it in the past. So that is the question. You see the racist talk they like to come with? We tired of the racist talk. All of we is one family. Thank you very much.
All right, member. Thank you so much for your contribution.
I just want the Ganges to meet the Nile like David today, you know. That's really all I want to know for in my life.
Oh my gosh!
Like what?
You know, we asked a question, right? Who should be acting? And you know, we hope that you guys could at least tell us when the Honorable Prime Minister leaves our shows to go to the summit, who should act in that position. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Well, very good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
PNM Sadness Marina by one time.
One time.
Hey, one time. What up? What up?
Straight to the point. I like JJ to hold on in the absence of the Prime Minister. Julian John.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think she has what it takes to hold that position.
All right.
Been in a meeting with her already, and I think she has what it takes. Secondly, let me compliment you guys. This program, I'm always locked on because it is so interesting, it is so encouraging, it is so empowering, and all the rest are good things. So I want to encourage you guys to keep on keeping on strong.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What is not a crime and should be a crime? You see, we have some little motorbike riding about the place, right?
Right.
We have a new helmet. I think it's still a motorbike. And some of them not using indicator. They're not. I think they should be following regulation.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I am the holder of a motorbike license, and it's just a smaller motorbike. And should one of that bounce somebody or an animal or so, what would be the position if they had to go to court or go before the police or so? You know, I think that should be looked into. Yeah. Other than that, I want to encourage my African people especially. Black man get up, black man stand up, black man you better listen. Let us get more creative and productive. You know, fair days work for fair days pay. Be honest with ourselves. My friend locked on and listen.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much, member. Hear that? And
yeah,
you know what?
that motorbike thing is actually very personal for me.
Well, you know, I like his choice though. I don't have a problem with that.
With JJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when he said JJ,
yeah, well,
I thought was
the jet plane.
No. And what is our AG's name? But when I hear the J, I thought about him. All right.
Jag. Oh God, the thing is Jag. I feel bad right now.
It is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Mr. Jeremy. Why?
But I don't think his last name is J.
His surname is slipping.
I don't think his last name is J. That's why it's slipping you. But that bike thing definitely is a big concern for me.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, John Jeremy is my name.
John Jeremy. So that's why when I hear J, when I hear JJ, when I hear JJ, that's what I thought he was talking about him. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris, for that.
Yeah, but I think I should act as the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister goes.
Hey! I for that.
I ain't going no pension.
What you want? What are your demands? And let me make it happen.
I ain't going no pension.
What would you like?
What would you like as acting PM, sir?
Huh?
What would you like as acting PM?
I ain't just go take that big picture. I go take a passport size picture in the airport.
I like that.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thanks,
Chris. Very cool.
Yeah.
Make Chris Prime Minister and only one little picture.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi,
afternoon.
So I want to know when the Honorable Calvas Sasa got in summit, I want to know who acting as Prime Minister.
Who should?
Your pick.
Who would you pick as acting Prime Minister while she's away?
Yeah, that's what we're asking.
All I have Dr. Ellen for the last 9-10 years.
Oh, KFC man, oh God.
I thought you have a nice answer at least. Jeez. Come, out of order. Out of order.
Why?
You are out of order.
You could have given you a decent answer now.
Why you always trying to just spoil a good thing, boy?
Jesus.
Hey, hi, good afternoone, member.
Good afternoon again, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I would put Julian John.
Okay.
Second person for Julian John. So we have 2 for Rudal and we have 2 for Julian John.
Okay.
I want to know what punishment we could put for this crime. Now, this is a crime against humanity I'm talking about.
All right.
You don't want to pray. You know you're going to secondary school. You're in your little 14, 15-year-old and thing.
Right.
And you know it have this crew of nice girls. They want, don't come around me. I don't like you. You in my class. And then 25 years after, you're walking down the street and you see them with a head, neck, they hold all their body parts in one, unemployed, and saying, where you going? You remember me? I was in your class in secondary school. You don't like me again?
I saw where it was going later. And that you're right.
Remember, all right.
There's a crime against. Listen to me. If it only had a jail for them kind of people, right? You swear you was the hottest thing in Form 5, and I meet you on the road by happenstance, 15 years down the road. You're a single mother. Nothing wrong with single mothers, but you're a single mother. You don't look half as good as you used to look in Form 5, because I'd have good-looking single mothers out there.
That touch on nerve, boy.
No, it's just very ironic. It's just very ironic.
Speaker,
and they want to be like, oh my gosh, how you doing? And they want to be rubbing your Miss Lady.
Here was a crime for me. Here was a crime for me. You see the ones who still believe that you must put on powder straight up to your neck?
Hey,
that should be considered a crime, eh? That should be considered a crime.
Go to the front of the class.
You see,
Go to the front of the class for that.
You all need to stop that.
Let me tell you. It's up in your earlobe and thing. I want to know. And they want to tell you it's because the sun hot.
Looking like
it's to cool you off.
No, looking like a whole piece
because
of
when
fish.
you start to sweat, the powder will start to cake up and look like chunky thing on your neck. Yeah. So you're just looking like chicken ready to fry. And you had sun for no reason.
A piece of fish that wasn't floured properly.
Yeah. It is disgusting, right? The powder is not for your neck.
Oh
all right?
My gosh.
Better in life.
In this era.
In this 2025 era, it have handheld fans that you can find on Frederick Street somewhere. You know them little ones that is doing effect? It have those, it have those now. You can walk around with. It can fit in your pocket and all. Right? If you're feeling hot, use that. All right?
Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Lord. Yeah, the writer is on the wall, Barry Padarak.
Barry
Padarak. All right. Okay. All right. No problem.
Fair enough.
All right. Why though? I didn't get to ask him.
Yeah, you didn't ask him why. What to say?
God.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, you had to say why. You had to say why.
Yeah, why?
Show your working when you give the answer.
Now, I actually thought that he would have been most of it, because right now, you know, he is the person that is giving most of the information out. I mean, he's working within the Prime Minister's office at present. One would wonder if it's someone from within the Prime Minister's office that will hold the position. I remember even Mr. Stuart Young, he was working within the Prime Minister's office as well. That's why, you know, some would say that's why he held the position so many times when he was out of the country.
Fair.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
Yeah. Good afternoon. All you catch me like waiting and all you. I want to ask a question here, and according to your question that you... Now,
it can't seem that it is a crime. I usually would, it can't seem that it is a crime not to have a deputy prime minister, because it just seems like it lay in the legislation according to La Hoqueta. But is it not a crime to really have somebody to back as a deputy prime minister, in a sense that we have to understand what the legislation and the constitution is and what it's doing, because we just had a problem with a one-day prime minister who basically wasn't really a deputy, wasn't really set as the people would know that it have a deputy to be the one to act when the prime minister is out. We had Colin members, we had a lot of others who act. But in council, from village council, party group, everything, it is have a vice chairman, a vice president or so. Why does it have to change to the country order of the representatives? And as the people not knowing who definitely, I use the word definitely here, could be next when the leader is away. That reached to a point that we had anybody, and eventually it ended up to one day prime minister, that we had a long set of bacchanal to who to pay if by chance. But if by chance we had known that, and it was in position, then we are sure, jump high, jump low, that person would have to be paid. I don't know the acting talk now, and the permanency of a deputy. It have a little conversation to converse there. I don't know much. I just asking question as the president, because I have the whole Trinidad community to answer me. So I am just the president presiding, asking question. Is it not right now that we're supposed to have somebody lay down on the side so we're sure that is the person that's going to preside while the prime minister is away? That is my question.
All right.
Thank you, member.
Thanks so much for your contribution. All right. So, hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon again, gentlemen. I believe I'll make a little incorrect statement. You don't have to be in the Prime Minister's office, because I think the majority of times it was Mr. Imbert doing the acting for Dr. Rowley.
No, Chris. No. What I said at how I thought that it would have been somebody that would have been within the Prime Minister's office, because we saw that there were a couple of them. That's why I thought that they would have mentioned Mr. Potter at first, but I realized other persons going in a different direction. But we didn't say that it must be someone within the Prime Minister's office.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
But it was Imbert acted the most under Dr. Rowley, and I'm now studying something. It had all kind of persons in the PNM, and one person that stand out, who you could really say have some character and some things about himself, was Adrian Lyons, in the manner in which he walked away from power when he see what was going on inside of his party. And it's funny that Dr. Rowley didn't take somebody like him and nurture him the way he was nurturing Stuart Young after he had his falling out with Mr. Imbert, because the only reason why Stuart, and there's some good sources in the PNM, get that plate is because of the falling out between Dr. Rowley and Mr. Imbert, Because even after he laughed about raising the gas, he was able to act. But after they fell out, he was never able to act after that at all. It was Stuart all the way.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Chris, for that. I'm seeing somebody saying here that a crime, what should be considered a crime is that in KFC called the radio station. Oh my God.
I didn't want to read it. Oh God. Please. You're going to make a call back.
Yeah, but hi, good afternoon, member.
Hi, good afternoon. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Go ahead.
I know you're Texas. I used to be a guy for calling the radio station. But own a radio station like KFC will call you a radio station.
Hey,
It's not a KFC, not any catwalk. Or you looking for friends who put a like it. In this world, everybody can like it, you know. Something will be wrong. Yeah, but all I want to know, with the Honorable Council Santo Sister, I don't know them racial PNM, if the point, then I go see the point, and then talk as the Prime Minister. When Dr. Lee was in power, you put any black man talk as the Prime Minister for the last 9 years? They didn't question that.
Wait.
You have a suggestion to who it should be, KFC?
Who we just asking
who it should be? Who it should be?
Who would you like to act in that position?
With black people? You know, Dr. Lee, there's so much of great leaders in the PNM. Dr. Lee grew a Chinese man to be the next Prime Minister of the PNM. And Rowley mash up the party. Right now, they're supporting Penny. They get black conscious now.
All right, KFC.
KFC.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hi, what's up, guys?
We are good.
What's up?
I'm talking quick. What should be a crime and is not a crime? You see them girl and them real pretty and looking real nice, but you see when they take off their shoes and them toes looking like God. Make sure you get your pedicure on. As gone.
Thank you. Booty.
I will add this to you, Booty. Same goes for fellas, eh? I'm sorry to say. No, because enough times ladies be talking to me and they say in their bed she's getting ripped up because of the man dirty construction foot. And I'm like, nah.
What?
Nah. No. This is what women be telling me, bro. Right?
Your foot mashing up a woman's shit.
That's how crusty it is, bro.
Nah.
Fellas, grooming
I think
it's not just a feminine thing.
That is an exaggeration.
Listen, that is it is what they're telling me, eh?
Nation.
When they trying to cuddle up and all they hearing is
members.
All they hearing is
can anybody
in the bed
please let Hashim know that this is a lie? Right? This can't be true.
Listen,
I'm seeing here that
I was not there. I'm just telling you what I'm telling me. Okay?
Miss Dr. Wakanda is saying the UNC Ground Commissioner should be the next acting Prime
Minister.
Acting Prime Minister when our Honorable Prime Minister leaves for the summit. And they are saying that person should be
should be what? Should be what?
Okay.
Dr. Wakanda, what did you say?
Lobby table or something there, man. This person should be no other than Philip Alexander.
Oh. I'm okay with that.
They're saying that he should be acting the Prime Minister, a true representative for the people, smoking them out of the PNM corruption. Alright. Okay.
Alright. Former policeman turned Prime Minister. I like the ring on that.
No.
Not Philip. Oh no, Philip. You said Philip. You said Philip.
Right.
You said Philip.
Yes, not
That's
Roger.
That's fair. You said Philip.
Hey.
Yeah.
What is this?
That toast thing serious though.
Yeah.
Nah, that toast thing serious. If your toes ain't pretty, we can't function. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Yeah.
What is a crime for me is I standing up and making a whole pot of pilau and all I ask is for some coleslaw and I eat out the pilau and never get the coleslaw up to now. That should be considered a crime. You hear what I'm saying? That should be considered a crime.
You okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah. I mean, it was like an emotional hit, but I got over it.
Oh wow!
I got over it.
Wow. You ain't got the coleslaw yet?
And no, I never got the coleslaw. All right. And yeah, what should be considered a crime for me too is serving me food with a spoon. I mean, I know you had mentioned that, but yeah. Don't offer me pila or anything rice and whatever and give me a spoon for my please.
You see, you understand where I'm coming from now?
Yeah.
Right.
I eat with a fork.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's say super ice cream. Right? Come better than that. As you say that, I hear something today that I found most egregious.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I hear not crime yet, boy. I'm afraid to read it.
Alright, let me go first. Right, I heard something today and I feel that should be a crime. somebody tell me that dumpling don't belong in soup, and I think that is a crime.
What?
That dumpling don't belong in soup. And it's two people. It's two people say it.
I find you coming with some kind of
it is two.
things.
No. And it's two people say it.
I feel like you're trying to upset me.
Like they only need provision, meat and water in the soup.
I feel like you're trying to provoke
You're
me.
not trying. I wish I was trying. I wish I was trying to provoke you, and I wish I could call the people them name, but they're working in a different media house, and I don't want to incite no rivalries or riots or nothing like that. But the two of them wicked bad.
You all could share what is not a crime but should be considered a crime. You guys could share that and also answer our question. If when our honorable Prime Minister leaves, who should hold that position of acting Prime Minister? Those numbers are gonna 342-0081-466-5391. Now I'm seeing the YouTube chat is well alive.
I think I saw the comment that you was afraid to read.
Alive. What should be considered a crime is when people don't shave their monkey. Some would call it their monkey, and some would call it their pawpaw. And
the pawpaw tree?
Yeah, and some would also say where the sun don't shine. Okay?
That is absolutely a crime. That is absolutely a crime, and I totally agree.
Oh, good.
I concur, indubitably. I'm using all my big words for that. No. We are not in the dark ages no more, right? It is hygienic. Take care of all yourself now, please. Do not let the problems of the world and the negative issues of this country hinder you from taking care of self.
Persons who still have a problem with brushing their teeth.
What?
On a morning.
What?
That should be a crime, eh?
But that's
brushing your mouth. Yeah. It have people who have an issue with that.
Don't brush their teeth anymore?
Nah, they're brushing them out at all.
Nah, boy.
Yeah, you leave in the house.
No.
You leave in the house with everything,
I find me personally, I find myself brushing my teeth at least 3-4 times a day nowadays. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm feeling more OCD about myself lately. I can't do that. That is disgusting. No. It's a crime when men wear lace fronts. Oh man. First of all, right?
Nah.
Listen.
Nah,
ladies,
you see that?
Ladies, no. Before you play anything, ladies, okay. Men have insecurities just as all you do, right? If men wearing shouldn't wear lace fronts, all you shouldn't wear no wig and weave, right? Some men are not secure enough to go fully bald, and so they decide to wear the little wigs. You be seeing the videos, right?
Yeah.
How it really look like they shape up well and everything, and the installment could probably last for months and thing. You just wash it and you're good to go. Oh yeah, come on. Allow some of these men, right? If you want to change that narrative, encourage men that the bald look will look good on them. That's all. I'll be the devil's advocate on that today.
I seen one here, right? What should be a crime, but it's not a crime. You know you're big, and you're not willing to pay for 2 seats when you're traveling.
Facts.
Ooh.
Facts.
That should be considered a crime.
Facts.
And
I have admitted openly on this channel already. I used to pay for two front seats. I was a big guy.
And the ones who traveling and love to sleep on people's shoulder. That should be
what? Nah. Let me tell you right now. If you're trying to sleep, make sure you have something to lean on, but do not think that you could just feel your head press on my shoulder and I wouldn't shove you in the aisle. I would do it. Cause what you coming up? You is not my woman. You're not even my friend. You don't know my name, but you want to rest your head on my shoulder? No.
Hey.
And you're not even pretty.
Don't
even do that.
They're probably tired.
And you're not even pretty.
They had a long day.
No,
speaker.
That's okay.
They didn't mean to do it, you know. They didn't
mean that way.
Yeah,
right?
But Hashim, they didn't mean to dribble on you. They didn't mean that.
Okay.
It was not intentional.
And
they were tired. They was exhausted.
And I unintentionally shoved you in the aisle because I felt a dribble on my elbow and I was like, what is this? Sorry, sir.
Wow.
You're nasty.
Wait.
No, because you're not even pretty when you're trying them thing, boy. So no. Because it never nobody attractive does ever try them thing, you know. You realize that, right?
So let's just say, for instance, you jump in a taxi to travel,
So you
to
take
go
me
to
back
your
to the-
destination, and when the person comes in on the next side, you were way surprised to see who this person is. It's a celebrity. They just decide that they want to travel on that particular day. Let's say somebody
You're putting
like,
a lot of hypotheticals in here, but go ahead, but keep going.
let's say it's like somebody, like for the ladies, let's say somebody like Kess, Kyron Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, right? Somebody like him. For the fellas,
Nyla Blackman,
Nyla Blackman, Lady Lava, who else? Destra Garcia. Right? You just see them jump in the car and they were like, you know, oh gosh, today's a real rough day, and they just decide to travel. And they end up, you know, while on the journey, they fall asleep and they lean on you.
Yeah.
And bust a dribble.
Yeah.
You're
That's
taking
fine.
it.
I'm
You're
taking
taking
that.
it.
I'm taking that.
You see? You're biased.
And
you're biased. You're biased.
And
I take it off your mic.
I know who it is.
I take it off your mic. I take it off your mic. You're too biased. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Well, you gotta be laughing here. I know you go laughing. But you know what is that, right?
What's that?
When the two speakers in the house take over 3/4 of the last hour.
Hot shots.
Hot shots. It's shot that we know.
Wow.
Well, what is this?
Well, you know how long I'm calling and all kind of thing and all you did.
Well, sir,
Remember? Jokes and all the whole pavilion listening and they can't get in. Only take over 3/4 of the last hour.
You see what your cause now?
All right. Okay, no problem.
All right. Apologies. I will not apologize for being biased in that regard, because I know who it is next to me. It's Nyla Blackman. Yes, you can put your head on my shoulder.
Now, Miss Arima, playing this one for you, eh? You in particular, Miss Arima.
Member, you are out of order.
What she say?
I can't. I refuse to read that.
Okay. Now we
moving fastly along.
We can't read them things. We can't read them things. You are entitled to your opinion, but we can't read that one.
Yeah. We coming by you to get utilities money and grocery money and so forth, right? We coming by you. Oh God, I say utility. Next minute they think no point at before they say
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
I ain't looking for no trouble. It's just how it come out, but you know people like to align things. So let me correct myself, eh?
Nah, man.
I just mean if it is that Madam have monies to give us for us to continue, if anything, God forbid anything happens.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Me. Good.
I come in my miss.
I am good right here. I'm good over here.
If my paycheck short, Miss Arima, I come in by all, yeah?
You know what Miss Arima remind me of? Just let me find it for Trinidad. Listen to this.
What do you do when you're stressed?
I stress others. Balance is important.
Balance is important.
Balance is important. Ay.
I hope that you guys are really, really enjoying this segment, because we haven't we haven't really
gone into it
much into the segment
because we really dealt with all the residuals in this final hour. So yeah.
And it's almost approaching that time where we have to actually make way for the third umpire. Yeah, them fellas and them saying that how, you know, they want to make sure that they get the full room on time now. Because they have to set up certain things and, you know, make sure that the glass is clean so that they can see the savannah clearly. Because they don't want to miss a bad ball. They don't want to miss a wide. They don't want to miss a 6 or a 4. And right now, I don't know who hitting.
Now, to be fair, all of them criticisms coming from a certain individual in the engine room. I will not come on the platform and say that our umpires are trying to sweep us out of the room. Right. These are more comments from the peanut gallery, so to speak.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know.
Wait, like I feel like one of them coming already. But you know, I wanna thank all of you guys for giving us the opportunity to be a part of your day-to-day. Enter your homes, your bedrooms, your offices, your cars, and you know, taking in the street council. We're gonna be here tomorrow. Well, Hashim is gonna be here tomorrow. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm absent. I am absent tomorrow, but I would definitely be in the council next week. Please, the Lord. All right, but I know that you guys are going to have a great show tomorrow as well. But until then, you guys, please do not change your dial. Do not change your station. Don't change anything at all, because the Third Empire is up next. So on behalf of the Street Council, yours truly, Anderson.
And Hashim the Dream. Wishing you all a very safe trip. You all remember the traffic is definitely going to be a little bit congested today. I believe.
No, it should be at ease.
It should be at ease.
Yeah, because remember, everybody should have gone home. Well,
should have, would have,
school.
Could have.
But you know what we just do?
Mm-hmm.
When we get to leave early, we just go and bust our line.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So people busting our line.
Exactly. So for those of you who are busting an early line, stay late. Since you're already out there, stay late so that the traffic could ease up this afternoon. Prime Minister Modi should have touched ground approximately 10 minutes ago. So he shall soon be making his way to his first stop. And on behalf of the entire Trinidad and Tobago, we say welcome to the Indian Prime Minister. And we hope you enjoy your stay and our infamous Trinbago hospitality.
We have a minute.
Let me say famous Trinbago.
We have a minute?
Hospitality. Yeah.
A minute? All right, let me take this one quick. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Before you all go, did you understand? I understand that you wouldn't be there with Hashim the Dream?
No.
I would love to be his. I would love to keep him company.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not opposed.
You know, he has a cell phone. You know. You know, he has a personal cell phone.
About it.
You know, I just saying.
Hashim the Dream. Or they listen to the saying, Hashim the Dream enters Booty Land.
Okay, all right. Okay. Hi, good afternoon, member. Quickly.
Good afternoon, DJ. And let's spend on Monday to enjoy life. And DJ, my boy, the bigger. I'll let you go to my return safe.
Thank you, KFC. Thank you. Nice.
There's one.
All right, so guys, we are actually out of here, so out of time as well. So you guys do have a great afternoon, and thanks again for tuning in to the Street Council. So the Street Council has now
adjourned until tomorrow, guys. Love, light, and to its light. We are out.
So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land.
And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus. This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
J.E. Guide Funeral Home and Crematorium Limited is a family-friendly funeral service provider serving the nation for over 75 years. We provide at-need and pre-need
Big up to all the C students, you did it! Whether you're celebrating big wins or just proud of the journey, KFC is here to crunch with you. For one day only, this Friday, July 4th, get 7 pieces of chicken and 3 sides for just $99. Available via all ordering channels. Celebrate new beginnings with KFC. It's